Hey, Mary, back with another video. It's 7:13 p.m. Saturday evening, July 7th, and I'm just kind of sitting around the house. I did watch a little TV today, listening to some music right now, and I really didn't have a whole lot to do this weekend, of course, right? But I stayed in the side pretty much the entire day. I did sit out on my porch for a while, and I did laundry. So as far as leaving the vicinity of my home, that didn't happen today. So I had to do something to keep myself occupied. So I got some energy today and I decided to make some earrings. I started making them last night. I figured I could do something this weekend. Now, I'm not a big jewelry person, but I love earrings, okay? I could do without everything else. I do have some bracelets, I have some necklaces in my jewelry box, but I don't really wear them that often. Every once in a blue moon when I get, like, you know, the urge to, but most of the time I love earrings. Earrings have always been my favorite. I didn't get my ears pierced till later in life. Like, I was like 14 when I got my ears pierced, and that was a big deal for me because it's like, you know, my family was just, my mom was very strict. I don't know what her problem was, but you know, most people, a lot of kids get their ears pierced like when they're like 3 years old. So for me to get my ears pierced, that was like the biggest deal. Before that, I wore clip earrings, and I liked having my ears pierced so much that earrings became my favorite jewelry piece. And you know, I have bought jewelry in the past. I have a lot of jewelry, earrings from many years ago. And some of them I have, you know, just went ahead and refurbished, I guess you could call it. Like, I was showing my friend yesterday that I had some earrings that were pretty big, okay? They were actually very huge, and I decided to just kind of cut them in half and make 2 earrings instead of 1. And that way they're not so big. This was actually 1 earring. This piece and this piece. It was 1 earring. Check this out. So this was 1 earring. So I cut them in half and I made 2 separate earrings. Now these to me are still too big for me now. I mean, when I was younger, I used to wear like really big earrings, but now I'm more like down to this size. The earrings I did make today are pretty big. Not big, like humongous big, but you know, I haven't worn this size earring in kind of a long time, but I figured I'd go ahead and make it. Now these earrings aren't supposed to be worn like anywhere formal or anything. They're just the kind of fun earring you want to put on. You know, if you're running to the store, you're wearing, you like wearing, you know, earrings at home or whatever, just to match with your outfit or whatever. So I decided to make some. I do have a jewelry making kit for earrings specifically. I have lost a lot of pieces in the transition of me moving. You know, I move a lot, you know, a lot. But, so I had a lot of things that were missing inside of my jewelry kit. My jewelry kit was actually, in the same plastic box that it came in. So, of course, not plastic, it was actually like cardboard, sorry. It was cardboard, and so it started to fall apart. So that's how I lost a lot of things. So the only thing that I literally had left in my jewelry kit was some of the beads that came with it, and a few, like, pliers, okay? And some of the pliers are gone, so I'm basically down to, like, I don't know. Just the important one that I used all the time. I'm not a very skilled jewelry maker. It's just something that I do every once in a while. Like, you know, since I like earrings, I figured, okay, I'll go ahead and make some earrings. And so because I'm such a felt lover, I kept thinking, well, how can I use felt? So I looked up felt earrings, and apparently I'm not the only person who came up with this idea. And I saw, you know, some people who've made some felt earrings that are on YouTube, and they did a really good job on it. I'm staying kind of basic, okay, only because, you know, I don't have the artistic skill that some people do as far as drawing and stuff. But, you know, cutting out shapes is pretty basic. So I usually start with like a piece of foam. You know, I trace the pattern on a piece of foam, and then I cut it on a foam sheet. That way, if I ever want to make duplicates, I can have a long-lasting pattern, and it lasts me for a very long time. So what I did was I just made some basic shapes. You know, like, I made these ones right here, you know, which I thought were cute. These are in purple. I don't know if you can tell, you can see the colors or not, but they're purple. And so what you do is you just take the piece of the pattern, you trace it, cut it out, and you're going to make 2 so that you can stitch them so they can have some sort of thickness to them because, you know, felt's a very, it's a decent weight of fabric, but still it would bend and it would flex, and it wouldn't be a good idea to make earrings that are kind of like, you know, that could be bendable. You know, nobody wants that. So what you do is you stitch these two pieces together once you cut them out, and then you, what I did, now somebody recommended using fabric stiffener. Now I kept thinking, okay, is fabric stiffener the same thing as starch? I didn't know what they were talking about, but I kept thinking, you know, it would just be a better idea. Since I painted some jeans just recently, I painted an old pair of jeans that ripped, and I stitched them up, and I decided to wear these jeans, you know, just to do shopping around the house, whatever. And so I painted on them. I kept thinking, okay, you know, I noticed that the paint, like acrylic paint that was on the jeans, actually stiffened it up, okay, stiffened up the parts that were actually painted. So if I figure, okay, if you paint felt, then you'll probably have a very stiff, you know, a stiff fabric. So that's what I did. So I cut these out and I made these purple ones, and they look pretty cute. So then I kept thinking, okay, well, you know, circles are okay. These circles aren't exactly circled. They're more like, I don't know what you want to call them. They're not teardrops, and they're not exactly circles. But, you know, the inside circle is a little bit more to the side than a regular circle with a loop in it or a hole in it. So I wanted to make that a little different, and I was kind of inspired by that because I saw it on the example on YouTube. So I thought that would be cute. Plus, I had some earrings like that in the past, and I just kind of wanted to revive that. Some of the earrings that this particular pair of earrings, I think I was kind of in my own way replacing an old pair that I didn't have anymore. So anyway, and then I decided, okay, well, let's just do something else besides circles. So I decided to make these right here. These are squares, and I painted on them. Now, I'm not a great painter, okay, but this is another pair of earrings that I made. And like I said, I just cut out the pieces of felt and painted it after it was done. And then how you get this right here, you're going to need some little loops, and so of course some, like, you know, earring, the back of the earrings. Those weren't expensive. I had a bunch of them in this box, okay? So I have plenty more earrings to make if I want to. So then I decided to make these ankhs, right? This is like an Egyptian piece of jewelry, and I thought, you know, I always wanted a pair of ankh earrings, and I was never able to buy them. Always something coming up or whatever, so I decided to make a pair, and I think they look pretty cool. And then, if you notice, I bought these 2 years ago. Now, I got these at the dollar store, okay? And these are made of wood. They're both made of wood, and I never took them out of the packaging. So I think I've had these for maybe anywhere from 5 to 7 years, just sitting in this box. So I decided, okay, I'm going to do something with these. I'm not sure if I'm going to paint these black or a dark purple or maybe a dark blue, but I will be painting these and putting them in my collection. These came in orange, and I'm like, okay, I like orange, I really do, but I like more of a rust orange than a bright orange. So I kept thinking, okay, I could paint these, do something with these, and I will use these. This also was an earring. But you know what? I don't know what happened to the other earring. I couldn't find it in the box. I figured it was lost. So I decided to just go ahead and paint it, change it, and then put a cord around it. Now, I will probably be making a better cord later. I just thought I'd cord it right now. But I had some leftover black hemp in my jewelry supply box. And I kept thinking, well, where's my... I don't know how to macrame, okay? That was a skill I never quite learned, and I would love to know how to macrame, but I don't know how to macrame. So I kept thinking, okay, well, I could crochet a lace necklace for this, but in the meantime, I'm just using this crappy cord, so just ignore that. But I just decided to paint on this, and it would be worn as a choker. So that was pretty much my weekend project this weekend. You know, jewelry doesn't have to be expensive. Now, there's certain things that you can't wear, okay? Like, I would never wear this to, like, some big gala event or something like that. But, you know, just for fun, you know, going outside or whatever, just being yourself, I don't see anything wrong with it. But, you know, it's just basically about making your own things and enjoying the things that you create. I'm not a big artist. I'm not the greatest artist, you know. I never claimed to be. I'm just somebody who does it for fun and somebody who likes to make and have their own things. Like, you know, I make my own clothes, or in modified clothes. And sometimes it's just fun having a whole outfit that you created. You know what I mean? So anyway, these crafts are not expensive if you want to make your own earrings. Sometimes you can find earring, like the hooks to make the earrings, to actually hold in the earrings, as well as the little loops. You can find those at Walmart for like $3 a package, and you usually get about 25 in each. That's not bad. Felt is very inexpensive. I mean, originally it started off, when I got into felting, it was like 29 cents a piece, okay? Now it's raised itself up to 49 cents a piece, okay? Sometimes you can even get it cheaper than that, depending on who has it on sale. But it's a very inexpensive project. Also, I do recommend using the acrylic paint for the top of the felt, so that way it gives it some sort of stiffness. If you are used to this so-called fabric stiffener, then go ahead and use that instead. But the paint worked out okay because I have all the colors that match the felt, so it worked out all right. You know, like for example, this particular felt was actually purple before I painted it, so I just basically put more purple on top of it, but mainly for the reason to give it some stiffness, and it actually worked. So anyway, I hope you try this project. If you know any, or recommend, or have any ideas as to what I should color these particular earrings, the ones that I mentioned before, like should these be dark blue, should they be black, what would you think? These right here, they cannot stay orange, okay? That's just gonna be what it has to be. But if you have any ideas, I'd love to hear them. Anyway, I'm gonna wrap up this video. I hope you have a wonderful weekend. Take care. Bye bye.